Hi there, I'm Carlos Rodriguez, president of ZippyQuote.ca. Today we'll be exposing 5 facts about mortgage insurance that your lender would rather you not know about and how easily these problems can be fixed. At the end of this recording, if you have any questions, feel free to leave us a message. One of our representatives will give you a call right back. Or if you're calling between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, feel free to give us a call at 1-888-586-2199, where you can speak directly to one of our representatives and have all of your questions answered. But for right now, let's just jump right on in. So let's assume you've just bought a house and you've been approved for your mortgage. When you go to the bank to finalize the documents on that mortgage, they're going to offer you what's called mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance is simply there to pay off your mortgage in the event that you die. This may seem like a great thing to have, but there's a few problems with mortgage insurance. The first one is that the premiums that you pay stay level while the outstanding balance of your mortgage is going down. So what this means is every time you pay down your mortgage, you're going to be paying more for less insurance. And get this, you're not even the owner of that policy. You're paying for the mortgage insurance, but your bank or lending institution, they're the ones that own that particular policy. And they're the sole beneficiary if you die. Not having control of your mortgage insurance, because you're not the owner, causes a few problems for you. Firstly, you can't transfer it. What that means is if you wanted to refinance your mortgage somewhere, you'd have to requalify for the mortgage insurance at that new lending institution. Now, what happens if your health is degraded in the meantime? You'll end up having to make that risky decision of either moving to the new institution with the great new mortgage deal, but potentially no mortgage insurance coverage, or staying put and keeping the deal that you currently have. But let's assume that if you do move your mortgage, you do qualify for the new mortgage insurance. You're still older, and that means your premiums are going to be higher than your old coverage. The next problem you're going to have is that you can't pick your beneficiary. Remember, the bank is the sole beneficiary allowed on that policy. So what this means is if you were married, for example, or had a common law spouse, and they were your intended beneficiary, they wouldn't receive any check for the death benefit of this particular mortgage insurance. It goes directly to the bank because they're your only beneficiary. And that's assuming that the mortgage insurance pays out. See, with mortgage insurance, they do what's called post-claim underwriting. And that basically is they see if you were insurable after you're dead. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm putting something in place to protect my family, I want to make sure that it's going to pay out. So how now do we avoid all these problems? Well, that's the easy part. Normally what we recommend is that you purchase a term life insurance policy. See, term life insurance gives us a lot more flexibility than having your mortgage covered by mortgage insurance. First off, term insurance is not linked to your mortgage. So if, for example, you bought a term life insurance policy to cover a $300,000 mortgage, and 10 years down the road you died still owing $200,000, then the life insurance policy is still going to pay out $300,000 because it's not linked to the debt. Secondly, because you're the owner of the term life insurance policy, you can choose whoever you want as your beneficiary. You can name more than one if you'd like. And if something happens to you, your beneficiary can choose whether to pay off the mortgage or use the money for other concerns at the time. You'll know if you're insurable right up front because all of the investigation into your insurability is done at the time of application and not at the time that a claim is made. Now, if you still have questions as to whether or not the life insurance company is actually going to pay out, generally speaking, as long as you haven't committed fraudulent misrepresentation during the time of application, so you haven't lied on the application, and you haven't committed suicide within the first 2 years of the life insurance policy being put in force, you can rest easy that it will pay out. Because the definition of death that most insurance companies are using, or some form of it, is the complete and irreversible cessation of brain function. And lastly, the question that's on everybody's mind is, if this is such a better deal than buying mortgage insurance, then it's got to cost more, right? Well, actually, not necessarily. It all depends, again, on the policy that you buy. But take, for example, a 40-year-old male of average health and non-smoker can pick up a $350,000 policy for, on average, about $25 a month. Now, it's been my experience that some people have the misconception that they have to wait for their mortgage to come up for renewal to be able to make any kind of changes regarding their mortgage insurance. This, again, is a myth, and you can change your mortgage insurance coverage or the coverage on your mortgage at any point in time. But don't go and cancel your mortgage insurance just yet. Give us a call, talk to one of our licensed financial advisors, and they'll be able to best guide you in your particular situation. We want to make sure that you have some term coverage in place before you go and cancel your mortgage insurance. Well, that about wraps it up for this call. If you'd like to leave a message after this recording, feel free to do so. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message. If you have any questions, leave that in your message, please. One of our representatives will give you a shout either later on today or the next business day. If you're listening to this via the internet or on a pre-recorded CD, give us a shout at 1-888-586-2199, or you can reach out to us via our website at www.ZippyQuote.ca. That's www.ZippyQuote.ca. No spaces or underscores. Now, as an added bonus, for the first 50 callers that call in the next 3 days, we'll throw in a copy of our digital personal records organizer free of charge. We don't have many of these, so don't wait until the last day to call in. Until next time, take care.